Chantal from Living Health. Welcome to my kitchen. You're probably familiar with this place because most of my videos are made here. I love the kitchen. I just spend a lot of time here. It's also my office, and I wanted to share something with you today that really actually is related to kitchen. I'm making a soup, and I really wanted to share the recipe with you because I feel that soups are great for winter. It's also a great way to just bring in all your nutrients in a very easy way and not to really have to stress about, oh, what am I going to make today? So this is one of my favorites actually, and I'll just take you through all the ingredients. Broccoli and cauliflowers, we have some onions, we have some leek, and then we have some curry powder and coconut oil and some coconut milk. And the special ingredients will be the cashew nuts. We'll see how it goes. Cashew nuts really make things so much thicker, and I really like that in winter. So let's start. You need a big pot here, and we're going to add the coconut oil in it. We're just going to put it in and let it melt a little. The coconut oil, when you buy it, it's obviously in solid form. It's a saturated fat, so at room temperature, it will be quite thick, quite solid. But then the heat will actually, melt it very, very quickly. Coconut oil is also a very good oil for you. It's amazing for the skin. It's amazing for the brain. It's a very good saturated fat. Saturated fats have a bad rap, but coconut oil is an exception, and it's great to have in your diet. It really makes your skin amazing. It really is incorporated into your body really, really easily, so that you can, you can process it. So the body knows exactly what to do. Also, it's an antibacterial, antiseptic. It's amazing, and you want to have in your body just to really boost your immune system. So you never want to have oil getting at heating point, but you want to melt it a little. And as it melts, we're going to add the onions so that it can fry a little. So normally I like to chop onions really, really thin and small because obviously you want to eat them. But because we're going to blend all this, I didn't really bother. So when you make soups and you know that you're going to blend them, don't worry about the size. You want to make it quick and easy, something that when you're coming back from work after a long day at the office, you want to just put in there. It takes about 20 minutes, 30 minutes max, you're done. And it's a complete meal. So, especially if we add in the nuts, which is obviously added, voila, added protein. So, oh, and if anybody worries about, sorry, I'm making so much noise. If anybody worries about fat, guys, this is good fat. You will process it. We're not putting any grains in this, so it's grain-free, maintaining your blood sugar level, which is the most important thing, really. And we're just really adding in amazing things that go well together. Like that, I'm smelling this onion. It's amazing, really beautiful. I love cooking. We're adding the leek now, just making sure. I like when the leek actually gets a bit of the onion flavor, and it kind of saute a little. I don't particularly like leek like that, so this is really working for me, making it nice and tasty. I made this soup for one of my clients last week. We didn't use cauliflower and broccoli. We did the same process but with butternut. And that's the other thing. You can have a way that you really like making soups, and then you just change the vegetables around and it works. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to really, really bring in these flavors together. I really love when the onions really get everything so yummy, and yeah, it's just beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Just to go around, well, just saute it a little. I decided to go for broccoli and cauliflower, a little bit of those cruciferous vegetables that really give you that brilliant energy. If you're suffering from thyroid issues, normally cruciferous can be a little bit tricky for you, but when you cook them, they really are not that bad. So you can have them even if you are maybe suffering from hypothyroidism or whatever. Now, I use sea salt when it comes to putting salt into my food, but I add it later. You don't want to use table salt. You only want to use sea salt or Himalayan salt, because the point of salt is to get in amazing minerals, and salt has about 90 of them. Now, if you get table salt, you really end up having sodium, that's all. Okay. We're adding in the cruciferous vegetables Come, my baby. Woo. Yay. Beautiful. Now we put that away. And we just let them really get the flavor in, but we're not gonna saute them. They have to boil. They have to kind of cook a little. Now, Dr. Joel Furman was an amazing MD and also loves cooking. When he makes his soup, he normally blends his vegetables when they're raw to keep more of the enzymatic action. We could have done that. I am just not doing it that today. We are blending them later. But, you know, you have the option. If you really want to get more of the nutrients in, that's a good way to do it. As he advises. Otherwise, you know, this is still good. And I know that sometimes mothers just want to get everything in, get it ready so they can eat at dinner and so on. So this is what we're going to do. Okay. So, brilliant. Now, we're going to add the 2 teaspoons of mild curry powder. It's optional. If you don't like curry as a taste, you don't have to. But what I like about curry powder is the turmeric in there. Turmeric is an amazing, it's a superfood. It's amazing for your circulation. It's amazing for everything. It really is. It boosts your immune system. It makes sure that you don't accumulate any of that yucky stuff into your bloodstream. It really purifies it. And it's a detoxifier. So I'm really happy to use it. I always do. Now, we're going to add in 400 milliliters, so just a tall glass of coconut oil. Again, optional. If you don't like coconut oil, don't add it, but I do love it. I think it makes a beautiful, beautiful creamy taste, but also, and again, hearty meal in one pot. You don't have to worry about getting anything else. You're not going to feel hungry, so this is great to put in. So we are just adding it in this beautiful pot. It's amazing. I wish you could smell this. I wish you could. It's just so brilliant. And this is the reason why it's such a big pot as well today, because I want to make sure everything really gets merged and blended together, and you have this amazing food. So now what we're going to do is obviously add some water, some filtered water, because it has to simmer and cook all together. So I'm just going to put this nice filtered water in there. And you can add quite a bit because as it cooks, it becomes less, as you can imagine. Voila. And all we have to do now is let it cook. Now, you have the option to add the cashew nuts. I think I'm going to add some later. No, actually now, because then they can become kind of soft. But you can add them later if you want to. But I'm just going to add, maybe a cup. And let them simmer, let them cook with the rest. And you will see when you blend them together later, it will really become smooth, amazing. And that is one thing I truly, truly love about this soup. The creaminess. It makes me feel like I already had a complete meal. I don't have to worry about anything else. I really do enjoy it. And that's it. And we're going to let it. Okay, so 20 minutes later, this is ready to go. And we are going to blend it so we can actually make creamy soup. So, just help yourself with a little spatula, with a little tool to grasp the vegetables and place them in a blender. Preferably a glass blender if you have one. So we're gonna just put everything in here. Don't only get the meaty parts, also get the liquid part, which you can see how much less has become, right? 20 minutes of boiling and the whole water has gone completely down. So we have enough in here. We're going to do this batch first. Gonna cover it, make sure everything is sealed properly, otherwise boom. And we're gonna go. Okay, so that's enough. It's nice and blended. So the more powerful your blender is, the better. And we're going to put some in a nice bowl so that you can enjoy it. Presentation apparently is everything. So what can you do to present it to somebody and make it look better? You can put some goji berries on top, some flaked almonds. But because the cashew nuts are in there already, don't overdo the nuts. So maybe goji berries is enough. So you just pour it in a nice little bowl, and this is when I generally add in the delicious. I add in the salt at this point because then I can just enjoy it. But to be frank, I actually don't need salt. I just tried some on my finger and it's really good. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Very creamy, very thick, thanks to the cashew nuts and vegetables as well. And so hearty, it's beautiful. So let's just recap the ingredients. We have some onions, we have coconut oil, some vegetable of choice, in this case it was broccoli and cauliflowers. We have leek, and we have curry powder and coconut milk. So the way we did it, put in the coconut oil, let it melt a little, add the onions and the leek so they can just blend together and saute a little. Add the vegetables of choice and just stir together. Then add the coconut milk and the curry powder, and if you want to add the salt now you can, otherwise you can wait until later like I do. And voila, done. You let it simmer for about 20 minutes and you have the choice to add the cashew nuts or not. If you want to, you can boil them together so they become soft and creamier, or you can just add them later. And then just blend it in a nice simple blender like this one and make everything really consolidate together and come in a beautiful creamy format. And that's all. 30 minutes meal. Brilliant. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.